Mr. Gamma Rooster here. Welcome back to Road to Recomp. This is a short series where I will be completing all the RS3 content that came out in the past 3 years with the goal of reclaiming my Completionist Cape. I'm also doing some bossing on the side because I also want to obtain the best in slot armors and weapons for all the combat styles. So let's begin. So I'm very close to completing all the requirements to get the Comp Cape back. But the requirement that's going to take the longest is obviously Master Skiller. This is because some of the skills were updated to go up to 110 and 120, like Tivin and recently all of the combat skills. There is still a grace period for Tivin at the end of May, and for Strength, which is the only combat style I do not have 120 in, other than Necromancy. So I will be leaving those for last. My plan is to work on the gathering skills first, then do the artisan skills, and finally all the combat skills that I'm missing. So if you didn't watch my last video, I already achieved 110 woodcutting, which was pretty nice. And then I transitioned to 110 mining. So how was leveling mining all the way to 110? So Jagex released the Dungeoneering rocks. Now you can mine these rocks on the surface world, and you can also craft primal armor in the game. So this sounds very cool and exciting on paper, but in practice, not so much. So the XP rates on primal rocks is not great, and there is also no incentive to mine all the different rocks, unless you're an Iron Man, of course. So I tried it for a while with primal stones and juju mining potions, so I can maximize the AFK-ness of the skill. I also try to go for rock opportunities here and there, but due to the perks that I was using on my pickaxe, I ran out of stamina constantly, and the resulting XP per hour was very bad. So I decided to train using, well, Animica rocks, specifically like Animica. I was getting almost 4 times the XP that I was getting at primal rocks, which made this very disappointing. So I didn't even try to mine the platinum ore, so I just AFK'd 110 mining in the Animica rocks. In my opinion, they should tweak the primal rocks so they give better XP, and also incentivize the player to mine all the different rocks, because the money you make there is actually decent. But anyways, I got 110 mining and then also some decent GP from the Animica. So I was not looking forward to leveling up 110 runecrafting. When I got to 99, I did Abyss runecrafting, constantly getting griefed by PKers and having to purchase the pouches every time. It made this very frustrating. So 99 runecrafting was actually the reason that I bought my first second monitor, and I remember watching the Lord of the Rings trilogies, the extended trilogy, while going for 99. Good days. But I was surprised at the quality of life changes that were added to the skill recently. So now you don't necessarily need the demonic school for demonic XP. Now this bonus XP is unlocked as you level up. Now you can also create a new pouch at level 105 by combining all the other pouches into one. It's called the bottomless pouch, but it's not actually bottomless. It has a limit of 70 essence. And combined with your inventory, your familiar, and your runecrafting outfit, you can carry a lot of essence now. But even though I loved the concept of the new pouch, creating it was my least favorite part of leveling up the skill, because you need to go to RuneSpan. And I wasted so much time on RuneSpan trying to unlock the pouch, because it's also a Completionist Cape requirement. I swear that in the time that I unlocked the pouch, I could have gotten 110 runecrafting. The worst part is that after I got all the points required to craft the pouch, Jagex updated RuneSpan, so now you can get double the points. So bad timing by me, or bad timing by Jagex, I don't know. Good update, Jagex, but it came too late. But that aside, leveling the skill is now so fast using the new offhand Well, I guess it's not really new, but it's new to me. So now you go to the altar that the offhand tells you to, and you get increased XP for each run. And you get stacks on the item, and on the 50th run you get 2200% XP. So you can do the soul altar for the last run, and you get a UC 500 to 600k XP run. I actually timed one of my runecrafting sessions to complete 50 runs to test the XP rates and the GP per hour using this method. I was trying not to be as fully efficient, just going at a normal pace. And before I started the run, I had 33,695,000 XP. And each run took around 30 to 40 seconds going to each altar, except for the soul altar. So I did, every time I went to the soul altar, I just did 25 charges, and each soul altar run took around 3 minutes. So completing the 50 runs to get the XP drop took around 50 minutes, which means the XP per hour is around this. And this is also the profit that I made for this run, or this runecrafting session, which is pretty decent. So the skill feels so rewarding now, and it was very fast to level up. 10 out of 10. The fact that I got 110 runecrafting means that I have completed all the gathering skills needed for the Comp Cape. Yay! And after a while, I got 103 fletching, which is the next skill I will be leveling up to 110. But getting this level means that I have all the levels required for all the Completionist Cape requirements except for Master Skiller. So that's exactly what I did. So I completed most of the requirements, and now I'm only missing 5 in total, which to complete them all I will be needing to do one run of the Sanctum of Rebirth, which I have never done, and also getting all the level requirements, which should be easy. It's just gonna take some time. Since the combat modernization, I have been doing Kerapac on the side and having so much fun with melee. Even though I don't have the exact kill, my kill times have been insane, at least for me. And I usually did like 6 to 7 minute kills with magic and necromancy, but with melee I was getting 3 minutes 30 seconds, 4 minute kills. That was so busted. And sadly it was nerfed after a few days, but after the nerf I was still getting like 4 to 5 minute kills. I know it's a skill issue. So even though I was mad at Jagex for nerfing melee so fast, then they rewarded me with the pet drop. I was not expecting to get the pet as early as I did. And after a while, I also got the final piece of the fractured staff of Armadyl that I needed to complete the collection block. So I'm gonna say it again, combat modernization equals better drops. I was so excited for this drop that I sold my mining offhand and I bought the piece that I was missing, and finally crafted the staff of Armadyl immediately. So I dumped all my money into perking this new baby, and I was able to get an Aftershock 4 and a Precise 6 Ultimatum 4, which according to PVME is almost best in slot. So I couldn't wait to test it, and I went back to Kerapac to relearn magic and also test the staff at the same time, because the next boss I will be doing it with magic. And I'm loving this stick. It slaps so hard, seeing all the crits. So nice. So I'm not getting better times than I did with melee, but it feels so much more consistent. And I also got another piece of the staff a few kills in. My luck with the drops has been crazy ever since I got back into the game. This is probably Jagex's plan to make me stick around for a while, and I will probably be doing that. With the extra money I got from this unexpected drop, I perked my magic armor and all my necro gear to almost best in slot. So I was following the PVME guide to perk all my gear, with the exception of I'm gonna try to move away from Relentless 5 Sparkling 4. I know this is a good perk, but I find it very boring. So I will be trying an invigorating build. So invigorating with impatient. I'm trying to go for more adrenaline using basic attacks. So I'm gonna test it for a while to see if it's worth it. And I guess this also concludes my Kerapac journey, at least for now. So now I will be focusing on hard mode suck. I've never done hard mode suck before, only normal mode. I've actually done a lot of normal mode runs, I don't know why. And my goal is to craft the FSOA kill and obtain the Magma Tempest and also the Scripture of Full, because I don't have any of those items. So stay tuned for this journey. And finally, to close out this video, I just want to mention some of the updates that were added to the game while I was doing this video. So they released a new perk. It's called Equilibrium. But this is to buff Necro a little bit because Necro lost the Equilibrium aura. So you can craft the Equilibrium perk by disassembling the desert items like the tier 95 wand and offhand, and also the tier 92 melee weapons, which they actually got up in price a lot. And I'm glad that I got my magic dual wheel set before this update. Other combat updates, that swiftness now buffs your character instead of living in an area where you get buffs. So now you can move and have that swiftness active wherever you move. That's massive for ranged. The membership cost was also increased starting at April the 9th. It is now $15 a month, and now the yearly, the 12-month pack, is $132. That's a massive increase. So it was expected to go up after the removal of Treasure Hunter, but I'm still sad about this. But to compensate it, they added Runecrafting Pro to the membership, which is nice, I guess. The Daily Escape overhaul also went live, so they did not remove the daily challenges like I wanted to. They just removed the weekly rewards tied to it, and now you can't extend it via beeswax. The Soul Reaper tasks are now unlimited, but the Reaper points have a limit of 300 per week. So also goodbye Travel Merchant, goodbye beeswax, but they balanced the game by reducing the limit farm points required to get all the spells from the minigame. And there's also many other changes for the Daily Escape, but most of them are actually great for the game. Haven Height was released. It's supposed to be the biggest area yet released into the game. There's new bosses, a new quest, new skill related content for Hunter. I think Hunter now goes to 110, so that's another requirement added to the Completionist Cape. And I think they actually added some more requirements. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, they actually added more requirements to the list. So yesterday I only had like 4 requirements left, and now I'm back to 7, 8, 9, 7, 9. Yes, 9. So I'm exactly where I was when this video started. But anyways, they do not seem to be very long requirements. I can do them maybe in one day. So I'll be looking at those while exploring Haven Height. Oh, and I forgot to mention, they also announced 120 construction. They want the player-owned house to be relevant again. So it's time to start saving some cash and planks for the update to come. But for now, I will continue working towards the Recomp cake. I'm getting close every day to achieving that goal again. I will also start the hard mode suck journey, which I think is gonna take a lot of time because I tried one run and I realized that there's no checkpoints until you get to suck. So I realized that I need to go in with a strategy. So I'm gonna watch some guides because I will not be able to brute force my way into the boss. Now I'm missing the FSOA kill, the Bow of the Lost Guardian, and some of the best in-slot arms. Once I get those weapons, I will also be doing the Sanctum of Rebirth to upgrade these weapons to tier 100. But that's not gonna be in the near future, so I'll go step by step. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. I'll try to upload more frequently.